Call the meeting to order. Welcome everyone this morning. We had opportunity to look at minutes.
I'll make a motion to approve minutes.
I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded that we approve minutes. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Any agenda changes?
I got a request from Region 12 Council of Governments to continue that Iowa Housing Trust Fund program that they have where each county in the Region 12 submits $3,000 for a total match of $283,273.
And that's just, they're asking for a continuation.
Right, it'd be another contribution of $3,000 from Sac County.
Anything else?
No.
I'll make a motion to amend the agenda to include a discussion on the Region 12 housing.
I'll second that motion. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
I'll make a motion to approve the amended agenda.
I'll second that motion. Motion's been made and seconded to approve the amended agenda. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Region 12 has asked that Frank Strain be reappointed as Sac County representative for the Region 12 Housing Authority Board of Directors.
He's served in this capacity for a while.
Yes, he has.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to approve reappointing Frank Strain to the Region 12 Housing Authority.
I'll second that motion. It's been moved and seconded that we reappoint Frank Strain to the Region 12 Regional Housing Authority. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Question?
How long is he appointed for?
It didn't say.
It's
what
a
the
yearly
term-
term.
Is it a year?
I believe so.
October 14 through September 30, 15, so it is 1 year.
Thank you.
On the November 2012 general election, the board had approved a question to be posed to the unincorporated areas of Sac County to consider appointing or electing our township officials. As a result of that, 10 of the 16 approved that change, and I've had so far 2 of the remaining 6 have indicated that they'd like to try that again
Oh, is that right?
in their township, Cedar and Clinton. So what I've done is I took the language from the last
I
resolution.
recall Cedar just, that failed just by a
By
vote
1 or 2,
Yeah.
yeah.
I was,
And those are, there's a copy of the 2012 ballot in there as the question appeared. This would be specific to Clinton Township and Cedar Township.
is there any need or,
I just need a resolution to put.
no, I mean for consideration to ask the rest to reconsider?
We
or-
sent out a questionnaire
Okay.
when we sent out their nomination papers for those that are to be reappointed. And so the others indicated that they're fine with the election process.
Okay.
So,
I just didn't want to.
no,
Do
no,
it
I
again and
didn't,
miss it.
I didn't leave it up to them. I sent the question out to
Okay.
the remaining 6.
And you said this was Cedar and Clinton?
Yes.
I'll make a motion that pass a resolution putting the question before us, the issue of appointing township trustees in Clinton and Cedar Township.
And the clerk,
And the clerk
township trustees.
on this November election.
I'll second that motion. Motion has been made and seconded to provide the resolution on the ballot to appoint the township trustees and clerk in both Cedar and Clinton townships. Being a resolution, we need to do a roll call vote. Hecht, aye.
Stock, aye.
Resolution passes.
Would the 4 townships be then that would be remaining?
Jackson, Eureka, Eden, and Sac.
This cuts down significantly the number of ballots that we have to provide at election day.
It reduced the number of ballots down. It had every township approved it last time, it would have reduced the number of ballot styles from 27 to 9. So it's a huge cost savings.
We probably should go ahead and have the discussion then about the Iowa Housing Trust Fund and our renewal of the $3,000 asking for that purpose. Do you have any documentation?
Just, I should have made copies of this, but this is actually the breakdown of how the funding will, and the letter, cover letters behind it with the Sure.
The matching funds could be budgeted through the next fiscal year.
Right.
We have a specific line item for this purpose, Jim, or is it?
I believe we do.
I make a motion to continue to support the commitment to this Region 12 grant. And we do our match as we have in the years past. So $3,000.
I'll second the motion. Motion has been made and seconded to continue our $3,000 match for the Region 12 Iowa Housing Trust Fund. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Sherry, I think we're ready.
Okay.
Yeah, I handed them
I
out to you.
just, Tim Laney turned in the permit for the post front frame is what he called it, the whole building, and I kinda asked what you're gonna do with it. He said maybe they wanna put the building up this year and then maybe put cement in it next year and maybe down the line put a bed or a house to live in it for a little bit.
Sit on the farm like that.
Yeah.
You know where Evapco is?
He says he wants to park old cars in it right now.
It's got a lot of cars.
Does that meet the ideas of our planning and zoning.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know, yeah, I guess we can't really say, I mean, he can put up a building, I guess, and live it in if he wants. in-
If
right off.
that's the
It's a-
case, then you would need to have septic and all that. as
Yeah,
well.
and he plans on putting a septic system in it. So,
It's just, you know, right off highways 71, 175.
it's
The
right next
kitty
to that
corner.
There's
big
a,
machine shed.
there's an aerial map on both here,
Next to the big machine shed sitting east of the.
on the backside of that rig.
Yes, Sarah Thompson and her husband own a property to the west, and there's a, yeah, Curtis?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is this the property that has a sign on it right now that says Laney's Campground?
Yep, that's
That
it.
property, okay, thank you.
Yeah. And the property to the west has got a metal building.
That's the Thompson's house,
Okay.
whatever.
They own that. I don't know, he's cleaned the property up after, you know.
Yeah, I know some people in town don't like the campers out there, you know, but it would be, you know, fine line just to park in there, they're not paying anything, he said, they're just rents there. I kinda told him that I had, you know, concerns about that sitting out there. So,
It's city property all the way around, because the Vapco, they annexed that.
yeah.
Vapco sits on, so the Vapco property kind of wraps around the east and the north
On the,
side.
and the two sides, yeah. But I don't think, you know, the Danny's like those houses in between, those other two houses, you know, are on their own. And Mike Steele owns one, and Brian Rydell just sold the other one too.
That's right. I'll make a motion, we approve that building application, Tim Laney.
I'll second the motion. It's been moved and seconded to approve the application. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Okay.
Thank you, Sherry.
Yep, you're welcome.
Do you need a signature on that or anything from these guys, or just a copy of them? I mean, I didn't see anything. I'll send you the minutes, but I didn't
Okay.
see any
No, I guess I never.
signature page.
Much building going on right now?
No, it's kind of slowed down a little bit right now. And there was quite a few earlier in the summer, but
There's some hog buildings going on.
yeah, I just got one yesterday, I guess. Or finished or something. Not a lot of them, that slowed down too. Alrighty,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Here's a tile repair.
I'll make a motion to approve the tile repair on Joint Drainage District 64 in Sac and 105 Buena Vista, Section 1 of Delaware Township, for a cost estimate of $500. And Marty Maurer is the proposed contractor.
I'll second that motion. It's been moved and seconded to approve the proposed tile repair in Joint District 64, SAC 105, Buena Vista for a cost of $500. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion carries. Do I need to sign this in any other fashion?
No.
Vicki, I think we're ready for you.
All right.
Here you come in.
Oh, honey. This is a suspend. Those are abatements.
The second one was suspended.
And this one also is a suspend. And the total amount on the suspendeds comes to $1,686.70. And that's because on the second one in Sac City, she has special assessments. So
But it's a
that-
DHS recommendation for
Right,
suspension.
That's correct. And I should put that sheet at the back of yours, of those.
So,
So there's two of them suspended.
do you have the amount of each one to total that?
Well, the one is 1,156. And then the rest is the other one.
Do these need to be done in separate motions, Jim, or do they probably can do them together just with the list of the parcels, or how do you prefer?
I can, if I have the amount for each one,
Do
you
you-
can do them in one motion.
Okay. Let's act on the suspension ones by recommendation of DHS. That's the second two.
Which ones are you looking at, this?
The Otto and Logan.
Oh.
That's those two.
So what's the amount to be suspended on?
Second one, I'd have to add those other without that, or just subtract that big one from it.
$530.
Do you want that too, or?
Oh, I don't need the
Okay,
breakdown, I
alright.
just need the amounts to be
Alright.
suspended from
Okay.
each parcel.
Then we have some that are.
Let's act
Oh,
on that.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I forgot you had.
I would entertain a motion to do the suspension.
On the Karen Logan
and the auto property. We can do them together.
What are the amounts?
1,156 and 500.
$30.70.
537.
For those amounts on these two properties, I'll make a motion.
I'll second the motion. Motion's been made for the suspension by the recommendation of DHS for tax on the Logan and auto property. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Then,
Go ahead, just 1 second.
I'm sorry, Logan and Auto, those are two separate properties. Is Logan the 530 or is Auto the 530?
Which is which? Jim?
Logan is the 530.
Thank you.
And 70 cents.
And again,
I
these
don't
are supposed to
think- yeah,
be
you're not-
described by the parcel numbers.
Yeah, not by the
legal
name.
description.
Oh, do you have parcel numbers for those?
I do. On the Logan, it should be 810-723-103-032. And just a minute, 'cause I think there's another real estate on that. And then there's another real estate on that, just a small piece, and it's 810-723-4 zeros and a 6. And the other one in auto should be 810-726-107-048.
Thank you.
Okay, then I have, I don't know if you guys remember, but Lisa had been trying to collect on a mobile home that was actually just down in a trailer court on the east side of the lake. Do you remember that? Yeah, I could say the name, but anyway, she got some of that money, but there is nothing left there. I'll show you this note from the man here stating that it's been taken out of there and junked a long time ago and there's nothing there. So I think it's time now that we abate them, you know, what was left on it, and it's $56. It started out with $32 and then it was like $2, $4, you know, per year.
This is just a side comment in our conversation that I had. At my resolutions committee meeting at ISAC
Right.
for direction of our lobbyists, there was some discussion about buildings on
Lease land.
leased land.
Yeah.
And about half of them are collecting on those. And so
Even if there's nothing left there?
they are then moving it to the landowner. The landowner is being billed for the
How do they go
property.
about that?
That's, I was
How do they
gonna,
go about collecting?
I'm asking you to inquire about it. About half of the counties in the room were saying that they were successful in collecting those. And I said, well, we hadn't been, and they are somehow, the owner of the property is being made responsible for it. And so I'm just asking you to inquire about how that works and how they're doing it.
Well, I'll make a motion to abate these taxes on this said property. Yes.
Do you want to explain, do we need to do these individually, Jim, or as?
Well, I'll have to list them all, but I'm not sure
Oh,
where
yeah.
the amounts are. Is that the highlighted number?
Yes, yes.
$2?
That's- Yeah, and it comes to. The rest of these, the rest of these that I'm asking to have abated are ones from, Bob Hawks, and it's on 196. And you know, they kind of revert part of that to the person, the taxpayer, but Iowa has purchased part of it, so that's gone. And so we're abating. He prorated some of it for the real estate payer, but then he's abated some also, and he told me how much to abate on these. So I've just highlighted those.
That's
There.
it's the land that DOT has acquired for the improvement on
Right.
196.
Right.
Right, but these are taxes for last year, aren't they?
Well, that's why it's prorated. Yeah, that's why it's prorated, only so much of it. And like, you know, he's not really abating all that much. Like the taxpayer's getting $6 and abated is $2 on that one. And the next one, it shows prorated amount $14, but abated amount will be $4. So really it's. So those I'm asking you how to abated.
We should probably, let's do these in two different motions, Dean. These are in consequence of the road improvement
196.
DOT,
Yeah.
the group that we have here.
And,
And then this one is separate from that.
right,
Okay.
And that's a
Right.
trailer.
Yeah.
that's a trailer.
I
I'll
will
make a motion, I guess, to authorize these taxes to be as abated. Do you need the total amount? See, 2, 4, 6, 14.
You wanted to do the one for $2 individually, right?
I think they're thinking the ones for 196.
Can-
which-
should-
Which
can all
one
go
are you?
together.
Okay.
The
I thought-
trailer one is separate.
Yeah, and I thought that's what you said we should do that. I thought
So-
we talked about doing that first. So
Okay.
just tell me which one you're doing.
The 196.
We're doing the 196 stuff.
All right.
Okay, and that's $24 is what that comes to.
Okay.
Okay.
You made that motion.
Made the motion.
I've seconded the motion. It's been moved and seconded to abate those that are in consequence of DOT acquiring land for the improvement of 196. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Okay, now this is a
Now,
separate
that
one.
one, yes, this is a separate one. And
And what's the value on this one then that we're actually,
the value on it,
what are we abating? What's the dollar amount?
$32.
$32.
Yeah,
And that's for a trailer.
That is no longer there.
Now, which one is that?
that one is,
That's that Veterans Trailer Court. That'd be south of.
it won't be with
state
these,
cap.
it'll be separate from those.
That's-
Thank you.
So it's,
Let me give you, where's that written on that? Okay. Let me give you that. Oh, here. That one for you.
Once this is, this thing is no longer there, we're trying to clean this up, it will then be off the books after this event. Okay. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to abate the taxes on this trailer that's been removed from the trailer court.
I'll second the motion. It's been moved and seconded to abate the taxes on this removed trailer. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Do you think that it would be assessors that I would talk to about that?
Yeah, because, I mean, we don't want to keep doing this if it's gone.
Well, right. That is it.
All right, thank you,
Okay,
Vicki.
thanks.
They call it the Hanson Silo Mobile Home Park.
You know where it is?
It's right south of the state camp. So it's kind of on the south side, like,
Well, no, it's on the east. It's, I think,
no.
you're,
You know where the state campground is?
but I think this Pede, Sarah Pede one was over, that's
This one,
where,
oh, it says, the ones we just debated on the trailer.
yeah, I thought they were.
It's on Blackhawk Road, number 7.
Right, I think,
And it's-
I thought it was on the east side though, you know where East
No.
End used to be?
No, it's not.
It's not, that
You're in
old
the wrong
trailer.
part.
Okay.
It's a, it's
It's across from 30 acres.
yeah, it's right
Okay,
south of the
I know
state
where you're
campground.
talking.
There's-
But I
and,
just thought it was in the
Mike Van
east.
Meveren's the manager,
Right,
and it's owned by Hanson Side, because his dad has a business called Hanson Side.
okay,
So it's on the south side of the lake.
okay.
All right, thank you.
You bet, thank you.
I think we've completed our business until the engineer arrives. Anything else, Jim?
No, I'm good.
E? We will go into recess until the engineer arrives. We'll come out of recess.
County crews placing granite material on Jackson Avenue over the recent twin pipe installation. Scheduling culvert repairs on Corey Avenue south of 260th Street and 380th Street east of Ira. Inclement weather delayed culvert replacement on Dean Avenue, half-mile south of 390th Street. Spraying trees in right-of-way in Levy Township. Building driveways on 290th Street west of Rolfe and on 240th east of Perkins Avenue. Laying gravel roads, graveling roads in Viola, Coon Valley, Jackson, and Wally Townships.
I had a contact the other night, actually it was at the farm bureau meeting, I had a gentleman come up he had concerns about roads being muddy in the area of Cook Township in section 16. And that, he didn't say specifically what road, but in the Shaler area, Cook Township, section 16.
Somewhere around 16.
Yeah. And he didn't say exactly, but just in the area.
Is there somebody Mike could call in?
Yeah, Verdine Luft is who.
Verdine?
Verdine. And
What was the last name again?
Luft, L-U-F-T.
L-U-F-T.
And he lives in the town of Shaler. His son lives on the farm.
Okay.
But this was the older gentleman that approached me.
Okay. Well, Mike might be able to get ahold of either him or his son.
Okay. And tell him if he happens to talk to the son that his dad had said something to me and ask what our policy was and that they were getting some spots that were having dirt show through them.
Well, this rain is softened the roads up and made them sloppier than we'd like to see. Project status, Boy River Bridge, contractor still needs to finish up some top chip work. In fact, they were wanting to do the seeding and we felt that the dirt work wasn't quite done, so we didn't allow them to seed. White Topping project, they did set up the detour yesterday and contractor closed the road to through traffic. Plan to saw and break up the pavement areas later this week and start removals later in the week or after the 2nd. Paving still tentatively expected to start the week of the 15th. Microsurfacing, Stay Belt should finish the project in 2 days if the weather cooperates.
I said something to Dean earlier when we were in recess. On the gas plant intersection on where you used to live,
Mhm.
there's a few spots that look like didn't get the thickness or the cover
Oh yeah?
that I wondered if you had noticed.
I guess I hadn't noticed anything there. I know they had some spots. They've got a spot down by Neiman's where it seems like that stretch that, and I don't know if it was certain loads or a certain period of the day, but they've got a stretch in there where the red rock showed through the emulsion right away they think there was a problem with some of the emulsion they got, so they're gonna redo that stretch in there. But
Check that one out.
by
It's right at the gas plant intersection there.
Okay.
And it looks to me like it didn't get covered appropriately, and that if it doesn't get, it's thin already, and if it doesn't have the thickness it's supposed to have, that'll start peeling immediately.
Yeah. They did spend quite a bit of extra time there at the junction of D26 and D36 and N28. They did a couple hand lifts where they tried to fill those ruts in, and I think they got it looking pretty good at that intersection. I can see we need to get the county guys in there and cut the road shoulders down so some of that water that's being held up on the road is, gets drained off into the ditch. But it definitely has helped there, and I guess we realize that's just a temporary fix. Long term, I don't know if that's gonna solve the problem that we got there. But we're trying to get the information on the sewer line that was put in for the AMPC and see if we can find out whether there's a tile line in there that we can hook up to try to put an intake in that northwest corner, take care of that water. Patching, really no change from last week. They're still planning to saw next week, and they could start patching then the week of the 8th. Cedar Bridge is planning to saw on the week of the 2nd. And I suppose it's possible they could come in that week and start doing the removals too. I guess I haven't heard for sure. Contractors, of course, always depending on the weather.
Didn't this back up a little bit? I was hoping that we were gonna be done sooner than that for harvest concerns. Wasn't there talk they were gonna start this like the 21st of August?
I think originally they talked about starting that early, and then they backed it up. This is the same thing it said last week. Was start the replacement the week of the 8th.
I must have missed it.
But hopefully they, once they get in here and get going, it won't take them quite, 4 weeks. So I think that can be done quicker than that, so. Now you see a few of the beans starting to turn a little
Yeah,
bit.
they are. It's just starting.
Had a kickoff meeting with FEMA yesterday, and they'll be back September 11th to start filling out the project worksheets. The biggest thing there is that culvert over there, Boyer Valley, what is it, 1920? I guess I forgot. That big culvert that collapsed. But they didn't go out and look at anything when they were here yesterday, so until they come back and look.
So you don't have the answer as to whether they're gonna take
No,
care of it?
No. We did have some discussions about whether, as far as they were concerned, whether we had to replace it with the same thing up there. FEMA's sort of big on fixing things to the way they were before. So if we decided that we didn't want to put, instead of putting that was a 19-foot 6 by 12-foot 6 multi-plate arch. If we would decide to put in twin pipes instead, then we've got to get their approval. So I think we're going to look at trying to get some idea of the cost to do it both ways and see. I think at this point, I think my guess is that installing like twin pipes would probably be a lot faster project than the multi-plate, which takes a lot of labor to bolt all those plates together. So
One any better than the other for carrying the water?
Typically you're better off with one barrel rather than two. So we're gonna look at that option first, and while we're looking at it, look at what it might take to put in twins, but. Item 4 there, we're upgrading our fuel island key system to use a keychain fob at a cost of approximately $10,000 plus installation. The old system we had in there was put in 2006, and we've had a lot of trouble with the communication between the, I guess you'd call it the computer out there at the island and the data storage in a computer in our office that one was print the information out. So
What line item will you be taking that out of?
probably go to 820 to buildings and equipment, building, yeah. Yeah, probably buildings and you know, it's a more of a capital improvement type. Like Mike said, when we put that thing in 2005, the equipment at that time was about $6,000, so. And we've had some trouble with those keys that these new fobs are supposed to, have a lot longer life as far as less trouble. As with any computer, it sounds great when you buy it. Some point down the road. And of course, I'm sure you guys are aware of the accidents that happened down in the wall. Freak deals, terrible things. I know that DOT had put out a news release here in the last couple of weeks about tall corn. I don't know, did Saxon run that?
I don't think I ever got it.
I never got one.
You never got one either?
No.
Let me, I know I saw that somewhere, where did I see it? I will, I'll try to get that,
Just telling people that they needed to yield at the intersections, or what did they put out?
I think it was just, just a sort of a friendly reminder, the tall corn, call it.
Do that in just about every year.
Yeah, they do it about every year.
Yeah.
I know they had some changes in the personnel in that department, so that might have slowed up. I mean, it should have been out, a month ago.
And I might have got it and I just overlooked it.
I was thinking there was some paper I saw it, but I'll have to look. But, and it just gives us some statistics about the number of accidents that happen that way.
I think we've all had, even in the daylight, have close calls like those. Quite often, at least 2 of 4 might have corn on them,
Yeah.
and sometimes 3 or 4 of 4 might have corn
Yeah.
on them. Boy, you just gotta
Our operation club used to cut the corners with a corn knife right above the ear after pollen.
and
Cut them, I got a picture in my 4-H book. I was a Sioux City paper show. We were out there, I don't know, we cut them back 50 feet.
I think back when my dad was in high school, the FFA did it.
I remember
When,
seeing it cut and count.
when I was in school, we had machines that did after pollination.
Seriously?
And you just set the level.
For the corners?
Not,
That's probably for seed corn.
no, no.
Kind of pass them off to the female. But I'll see if I can find that and send it to you two guys, in case you didn't get it.
Anything else? Anyone? I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. We adjourn. All in favor indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. We're adjourned. Thank you, everyone.